He didn't say a word when they laughed at him. Didn't argue when they accused him. Didn't cry when they sentenced him. But then, he made one phone call. And everything changed. You might be asking, what kind of man can shake a courtroom without raising his voice? Stay with me. You're about to find out. Let's go back to the moment it began. The courtroom door creaked open. No one looked up. Why would they? He was just another tired old man. But he walked in, slow and steady. Not scared. Just calm. His name? Robert Clay. 79 years old. He wore a dark green flannel shirt. Faded pants. Worn-out boots that still shined like he cared. In his hand? A soft, old felt hat. Held like a flag, not for show, but for memory. He reached the defense table. People whispered. Another squatter. Wasting the court's time. Robert said nothing. He bowed his head. Folded his hands. And looked straight ahead. The court only saw crime. Unlawful occupation of condemned property. What they didn't see? That house, he built it. With his own 2 hands. He sat on the porch for less than an hour. The same porch where his wife sang their daughter to sleep. Where he painted the wood every spring, until arthritis took over. Where he held his wife's hand as she slipped away. The law said he didn't belong there anymore. But the land remembered. And so did he. Robert didn't bring a lawyer. No science. No drama. He came alone. Not because no one would help him. But because he wouldn't let anyone carry this for him. Judge Harold Baxter walked in. Cold. Robotic. Like a man who'd stopped caring. He flipped open the file. Didn't look at Robert. Didn't need to. Another case, same story, the judge said. He sounded bored. And boredom is worse than cruelty. He read out loud. No permanent address. No lawyer. No steady job. No respect for the law. Still, Robert didn't flinch. At the clerk's desk, Sophia Patel paused. Something about Robert. She remembered a man in a city meeting. Sleeves rolled up, showing blueprints with pride. No, it couldn't be. Could it? The judge rolled his eyes. We don't have time for this. He looked up, finally, and saw only what he wanted to see. An old black man. Alone. On the wrong side of the law. The city owes you nothing, he said. Memories aren't ownership. No one said a word. Except Robert. Not out loud, just in how he sat. Not slouched in defeat. But firm, like his very presence was protest. Sophia stared at the file. Whispered, This isn't what it looks like. The judge snapped. You've got 2 minutes. Speak now before I sentence you. Robert looked up. Calm. Rooted. I'll speak when you're ready to listen, he said. The judge scoffed. Reached lazily for his gavel. But the room felt different. Like something was shifting. The judge barked again. Mr. Clay, are you answering or wasting time? Robert blinked slowly. Then said, That house, it used to be mine. I helped build this city. The judge laughed. Built the city? That's rich. Across the aisle, a young journalist named Daniel Cortez almost typed. Old man claims he built the city. But Robert's voice. It wasn't bragging. It was remembering. I held a pencil before I could hold a book. I built walls that held the broken. Rooms that gave people peace in their last moments. His voice stayed soft. But his words hit like bricks. I built places that healed people. Now I'm judged by walls that forgot me. No one gasped. They just breathed slower. Sophia blinked. The memory of Robert got clearer. Daniel lowered his phone. The judge tapped the file, nervous. So what, you think your past excuses your trespassing? Robert answered. No, sir. I think the law has a memory problem. Boom. The words dropped heavier than the gavel. The judge mumbled something, then slammed the gavel. 30 days in county jail. Robert didn't react. Just checked his watch. Looked up. May I make one call? He asked. The judge sneered. To who? Old drinking buddies? Robert said nothing. The court had to allow the call. A bailiff handed him a phone. Robert didn't fumble. He dialed from memory, put the phone to his ear, and said just 3 words. It's time now. No one knew what he'd set in motion. Then, outside the courtroom. Click. 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 Heels on marble. Steady. Unstoppable. The doors opened. In walked a woman in a black suit. Strong. Centered. Her name? Carmen Clay. Robert's daughter. She didn't speak. She didn't need to. She placed a hand on her father's shoulder. Then pulled out a folder. Slim. Leather. She opened it on the defense table. Page after page. Property papers. City awards. Architect licenses. All signed. Stamped. Sealed. It was all real. All true. Robert Clay hadn't trespassed. He had gone home. The judge's mouth opened, but no words came. Finally, Carmen spoke. My father didn't ask for pity. He didn't ask for a favor. He just wanted to sit on the porch he built. Each word peeled back the lies. When the judge finally whispered, Motion granted, it didn't sound like mercy. It sounded like surrender. The courtroom didn't cheer. It just exhaled, like it could breathe again. Robert Clay stood, placed his felt hat on his head, and walked out. Not in victory, but in truth. At the door, he paused, turned back, and said, Start listening. Start seeing. No anger. No revenge. Just a reminder that justice doesn't always arrive loud. Sometimes it walks in quiet, wearing old boots, carrying nothing but memory and the weight of dignity.